Well, hello, and welcome to After the Show. I'm your host, Crystal Vilkaitis, and today we're going to talk about some creative ideas to help you get rid of old or aging inventory, as well as an epic AI prompt that you can use to help you come up with really smart ways to get rid of old or aging inventory. And this, of course, is inspired by this week's episode with Carrie Watson of Outside Looks where, my inventory people are just constantly encouraging retailers to make space out with the old, in with the new. I was definitely inspired to talk about that on today's episode. Now, before we do, I just want to share that I spent 13 and a half hours yesterday traveling because I spent the weekend in the Dominican Republic, which I've never been before. I don't know if you've ever been there before, but I had the best time. I would totally go back. Easy to get to, it did take a little bit of time, but still like easy to get to. The beaches are beautiful. The water is warm. The people are kind. The food is delicious. I mean, I had the best time. And I was there for a mastermind that I am in. There's 7 of us business women, and, it's definitely a higher end mastermind, and with this, we got this weekend in the DR, and I just have to say I'm bringing this up because you are a business owner who listens to this. My listeners are business owners just like me, and it is so important to have breaks like that, to get away from your business, to think about your business, to strategize, and to mastermind. And I felt like in just 2.5 days, I felt like I was gone for like a week. Like we did a week's worth of work. It's just so nice to be around other people and hear their ideas, what they're working on, things that work for them. You get better answers to your own questions when you do this. You have accountability with your mastermind members. I just can't endorse that enough. I think it's really important. And I just think it's also very important to be in the right room with the right people. And I just had such an amazing experience. Now, the other reason I wanted to say this is because I had such a long travel day yesterday. I am exhausted today because we did some work. I went ziplining for the first time. I was terrified. I was the only one who was terrified. I was shaking so bad, but I did it and it was super fun. And I definitely felt like that high that you get after you do something that you were scared to do and you survived it. But man, I am tired today. And I have a very long to-do list. And as I was looking at this to-do list, I'm like, oh, I get to record an episode. Like, I love doing this show. So I'm so excited to be filming an after the show. And when you get those, I want you to really pay attention to when you have that in your own business of, man, I'm really exhausted, but I'm so excited that I get to do that. Pay attention to those things. Those fuel you up, fill you up, fuel you, fill you up. They're good, right? And the things that are so draining, those really take a lot of our energy. And just this morning, as I was doing some journaling and planning some content for my new mastermind, which is launching in January, I was working with ChatGPT on this energy budgeting tool that I'll share more about in the mastermind, which opens in January. And so I'm like, the whole, kind of the high level of this tool is that we're really focusing and tracking everything we do in 1 week and looking at what drains us and looking at what fills us up. And for me, I am like definitely noting, yep, this fills me up doing these shows. So I just have to do more of it. We have to lean more into those things and try to delegate or delete the things that don't fill us up. So that's just a little side note for you in today's After the Show. The one thing that I really like about After the Show is it's filmed closer to the release date, so we can be a little bit more timely in these episodes, and I can talk a little bit more about what's going on and what's working for me and what's happening in my life. And so that's what's happening. And like I said, we have our mastermind. I've been talking about it, but if you're not on our wait list yet, you're going to want to join the wait list. You can go to rootedinretail.com/waitlist, and you'll be the first to know when we open up our mastermind in January. It's going to be epic. I'm not seeing anything like this for retailers out there. And the price point is way below what a normal price point for a mastermind is. And that is very intentional because I want to make it very easy for retailers to be a part of it. So join the mastermind waitlist. You'll learn more. And let's talk about how to clear out some old and aging inventory. Now, just a few ideas for you. Maybe you're doing some of this already. Maybe you've thought about it, but you just haven't pulled the trigger. Maybe you've been procrastinating on it. If any of that relates to you, I really want you to think about and put on the calendar. When are we going to do this promotion? How are we going to really have the focused effort to move this old inventory? Now, for me, I really love the idea of doing mystery box sales. I love surprises. I know not everybody does, but mystery boxes can be a really fun surprise, delight. You don't know what you're going to get. You can kind of give little teasers or show some examples of things that are in the box. And what you can do here is say it's $100 worth of merchandise for only $25, which is like a significant discount, right? We know that we've learned from Carrie Watson, we've learned from past guests that when we just got to get rid of it, right? So it's okay to do some of these steep discounts in order to just move it. Maybe you don't feel comfortable with a $25 box. Maybe it's 50 or 70 or something like that. But I would, if it were me, I would go to ChatGPT and talk about the value of what you're putting in the box and what would be a good discount that makes it a no-brainer, that works with pricing psychology. How can I promote this? Just really getting to the right price point for you and the copy that you can use to promote it. And then let's clear that out. But mystery boxes can also be a really great time during the holidays. I am filming this and this is dropping in Q4 to maybe clear out some of that old stuff too. And people can be giving mystery boxes as little like stocking stuffers or little gifts that they're giving. Maybe you can even organize it for a certain type of customer, like for teachers, for parents, for, kids under a certain age, things like that. That way it's very identifiable of like, yep, I'm shopping for a teacher and that sounds great. And I love the price point of it. Another common thing that you will see is the more you spend, the more you save. I know like Express, I'm subscribed to their text messages and they'll often do that. Like the more money you're spending, if you spend $100, you can save 20%. If you spend $200, you can save 30%. If you spend $300, you could save 40%. And so that's just really encouraging people to spend more. You could do this on the entire store. You could do this on select items, some of those older aging items that you have. But that's also just really great to help push people. Like you could just buy one more thing that maybe is $15, but it's actually going to save you an additional $25, just really being clear to push and get them to purchase more so they save more. That's a great way to create that action and get people in and buying. Another idea is doing some flash sales. I used to talk about flash sales back in the day when I worked at Snap Retail. And it kind of reminded me because we would talk a lot about Groupon. If you remember Groupon, I think they're still around, but like they had their daily deals. So Groupon would work with brands, and today only you could get something at a steep discount. And we would talk to our retailers about doing that. And we also, I think we worked with Groupon in some fashion at Snap Retail. It's been so long, I can't really remember what we were doing there. But so that's a fun thing for your customers, for you to do like flash deals of the day, flash sale. You could just pick a random day, like maybe every Tuesday, it's something different. Or maybe you've got a week where you're going to do the whole week is our flash sale week, new deals every day, new deals by the hour, like what makes sense for your store. But that can be highly engaging and super fun to talk about on social media and fun for your customers to engage with. If you're going to do anything like this that is consistent, like every Tuesday, or you're really like a whole week of it and you really want to turn it into like kind of a big event, I would probably give it a name. And I would also put like maybe little postcards or business cards in people's bags as they're shopping. I would have in store about it. You could live stream these where every Tuesday from 7 to 8, we have flash sales and it's significant discounts. And the goal here, you guys, is just to move the inventory. Like we're just ideally getting our money back for what we bought for it so we can clear that space. Sometimes we might even take a loss on it. It can be worth it. So I love the idea of flash sales, daily sales. You can do those via email and social and in store, maybe even print. And then also, doing things where you could be bundling, the mystery box is sort of like this bundle, but it's mystery. We have no idea what's inside. But then you could bundle with like, let's say you do have some bestsellers like great holiday stocking stuffers that are new or something that's really on trend. And you can get that plus two clearance items or two items from, the back room or, older inventory back room. I see that a lot in retail stores. And you can get that whole package for $25. So you could maybe buy the brand new item for 20 or for 25, you get the brand new item plus you get to pick two items out of this selection. That's kind of fun. It makes it almost feel free. Like they're only paying $5 extra that they can just grab something. And look, again, your price points could be very different. It might be, hey, this is $75, but you can pay 100 and get 150 worth, right? You want to make sure that you're really calling out the savings. It feels fun. It feels easy. It needs to be very easy to understand what they're getting. But if you know you've got an item that's going to fly off the shelf, could you pair it with some older inventory that you're trying to move and do it that way and bundle? That's a little bit more creative. So I went to ChatGPT because ChatGPT helps me with these ideas. It kind of gives me thought starters and then I riff on them on my take and what you could do and whatever. I allow myself to just sort of channel whatever needs to be said for these different ideas. And then sometimes I'll just have my own ideas. But this is where you guys know, I always am talking about leveraging AI, have it support you, use it. It can save you a lot of time. So I asked ChatGPT, what would be a really awesome prompt for retailers to use to get rid of old and aging inventory that's really custom to their store? So in the show notes, we will copy this prompt, but I'm going to read it to you right now so you can hear how good it is. It's so good. Okay, so I own a retail store that sells, and you'll put in your store. What do you sell? What kind of categories describe your store? And I have aging inventory that I need to sell quickly to make space for new products. The aging inventory includes, and then you'll describe what you've got. What kind of items do you have in there that you want to get rid of? Please provide me with 5 creative, actionable strategies to move this inventory. Each idea should align with my store's target audience, which includes, and then you'll share who that target audience is. Share all about your customers, everything about your customers. Who are they? Really just talk a lot about your customers so people know. Ideas can include sales, events, bundling, or other marketing techniques that will help me attract attention and drive purchases while staying within a budget of. Now, because if you are willing to promote this, maybe you are willing to put some ad dollars behind it on Meta and do some Facebook ads, or you want to do some print that you're going to send out. So if you have a budget, give it the budget. If you have no budget and you're like, I'm going to promote this organically through our email list, social, on our website, I would include that information in the prompt as well. So we include that with our budget, insert budget. And then, if possible, include suggestions for marketing the strategy on social media or via email. So, however, your channels, whatever channels you use right now to market, have it give you the strategy to market as well. So, it's giving you these ideas. Then it's going to give you the strategy on marketing it. Now, I also like to say things in here too that will say, give me really practical ideas, give me really simple to execute, give me really simple messaging for my customers, give me really out of the box ideas, be super creative and out there. So you could ask for all of that. You could get a really good blend of like simple and practical and easy to like really out of the box and unique and fun and different. It just depends on your kind of store, the products we're trying to sell, how many of them, how much they are, who your audience is, where you're located, all of that. And so this is a really great prompt to work from to then get some good ideas for your store. As always, I would love to know how you're using these prompts and these ideas that I give you in after the show. So you can go to our free Rooted in Retail Facebook group and share with me in there what you're doing or what you've done that works really well. I would love to learn more. And thank you so much for listening to this week's After the Show, where I go a little bit deeper on something that was discussed in this full episode. This week was with Carrie Watson of Outside Looks. So if you haven't listened to that yet, be sure to tune in. Carrie is so awesome and I loved interviewing her. And remember, as always, I'm rooting for your success. Have a great rest of the week. Bye. Okay, I have exciting news to share. The Rooted in Retail Mastermind is launching this January. It's your chance to connect deeper with me, the retail pros from the show, and an incredible community of resilient retailers, both online and in person, with several meetups throughout the year. Get on the waitlist at rootedinretail.com/waitlist. And don't just listen to the show, be a part of the magic and grow your store with us. I hope to see you there.